Battle between the New England Patriots and the Miami Dolphins. The children will groan. It's the final weekend of summer, but we've got the NFL, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now a play fake here on first down. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete. Tight coverage that time by Miles Killebrew.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. On second down now, Scott. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Rosen. And it's caught by Parker. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. Flush to his right. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
And him running the football is not something that defenses spend a lot of time preparing for. But this guy has a survival instinct and a knack for knowing when exactly to do it.
Hey, boys, we got 4 down.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Throwing left side, it's complete. A very solid gain of 27. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And how in sync was the quarterback in his center on that play? They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
And he stopped immediately there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. The 7th play now of this opening drive. This is 3rd and long, though. Now it's Rosen. And that is caught, but he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge. Incomplete. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. From the right hash, this from 33. The kick by Sanders is good. And the opening drive for the Dolphins yields 3. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. First carry now. This is Hill. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
He had a good game catching the ball at the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense.
3-19! 3-19! Detroit!
They'll drop the throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're...
He's got a man, complete. And they finally take him down, but not before he reaches the 43. A big play there for the Dolphins. 56 yards. So forget about being backed up. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way across midfield.
Hurry up, here we go.
On 1st down, it's Rosen. The quick hitter complete. It's Wilson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be 2nd down. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a Turkey Bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. And they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here.
Detroit! Detroit! Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. 4 down.
They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And he finds Stills, complete. They convert on third with a gain of 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Watch him now, Barney. Barney.
Toss play to Balaj. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 10 more there and another first down.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his second touchdown on the season. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So the Patriots coming out now. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
They'll start on the ground with Balaj. And he'll take this up to about the 7 or 8 yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that run, that changes the whole mentality about the drive right there. They were starting on their own 2-yard line. They just wanted enough space to punt the football successfully. Now they're talking about putting together a drive.
He's got room to run past the 20. And finally taken down at the 26-yard line. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. 2 minutes remain here in the first half.
All right, now, look at
We'll come
56.
back to Miami
Look at 56.
after this. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And he's going to lose a yard or 2, taken down behind the line. John Simon able to get outside the numbers and drop him for a loss of a yard. Now whistles blow, and the Patriots are going to take another timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. The Patriots offense now, they work their way back onto the field. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now, and I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try to move the football.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he rifles one incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
Nice footwork at the 25. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start with a give here to Village. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually broke that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
4 down.
To throw is Rosen. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time. I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Dolphins on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3.
Switch up. Detroit! Detroit!
Rosen to throw again. He spins free. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Kalen Ballage in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that will make this a 19-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Now the Patriot offense set to take over again. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee, and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And now out come the Patriots. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset.
Detroit!
But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey. Set! Blue 90!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Gordon. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height, sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
Back to throw now on 1st down. Gets it to Gordon. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
Second in inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Looking deep for Demarius. And it's incomplete, almost intercepted. He had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. It brings up fourth down. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second and 9 now from the 21.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
On second down, Rosen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 2 yards on that play. And they're going to face a third down. Rosen now off the bootleg. He's got his man on the crossing route. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the number one receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a first down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with second and a yard.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir, able to turn that into a positive gain. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Again, it's Balaj. Skirts by him at the 35. There he goes, right side. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Kalen Balaj, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And the Dolphins add on to their lead. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll hand it off now. Hill. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun! Tight end left. Detroit!
We got three, fellas, we got 3.
Detroit!
Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it. Another wayward pass. Things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
New England on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 4.
Gun!
They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey. 4 down.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. This quarterback now just 8 of 16 thus far, 50%, but it's 1st and 10.
Mike, 55.
Watch him now, Barney.
Get ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
I got you, punk.
Looking to throw. Austin Safarian-Jenkins has it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Patriot passing game is rolling. They've got another first down. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
We got tight left. We got 3.
Set.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, so close to an interception. Read that beautifully. Got his hands on it, couldn't get it. And it's 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
319. 319.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Flushed out right. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
New England on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6.
Cut on the right. 3 down.
Back to throw here. His throw caught right around the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now, they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
4 down. Alert.
Watch it now, Barney.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Now he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. James White, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And that will get him 1 closer. Gostkowski now out to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And out come the Dolphins now. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Sponge.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And Rosen's actually going to throw it here. On the crossing route, complete. That's Wilson. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27. This quarterback now 13 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pick up there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They'll stay on the ground. Balaj again. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
From the red zone now, here's Rosen on 1st down. And throw right side complete to Parker. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards.
Here we go now.
On the toss, here's Balaj. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. A lot to praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be the final play of this ball game.